Well, for more on this story, let's go to London now, where we can speak to our reporter there, Tig Enright. Tig, what else do we know about these allegations, and who was at the party?
Hi, Tog. So the key question is whether the Prime Minister was there. Eyewitnesses have reportedly said that Boris Johnson did attend, along with his wife, Carrie. We know that this invitation went out to 100 of the staff in Downing Street, and around 30 to 40, according to reports, actually turned up. It's unclear how many actually followed the request to bring their own booze. And I think the crucial thing in all of this is that there has been no denial from Downing Street. They've been justifying their silence by pointing out that there is a kind of a bigger picture investigation going on into the series of allegations of parties at the height of lockdown. But what Boris Johnson's critics are pointing out is that we don't need an investigation for him to simply clarify whether he attended a party in his own garden or not. At the time, of course, the rule says that we were only allowed to meet one other person outdoors, and the government was telling the public, indeed Boris Johnson a few days after the party was telling members of the public that if they saw someone breaking the rules, they should inform the police.
So what action, if any, is the Metropolitan Police likely to take now, Tig?
Well, certainly the police were criticised for deciding not to investigate at the time of those previous allegations. But we are told now, with this additional evidence, that they are in conversation with the Cabinet Office and with Downing Street. Of course, the police know just how incendiary it would be if they were to launch a prosecution, how damaging it would be to the government. But of course, the point that critics of this government would make is that if other people were prosecuted for breaking the rules at that time, well, why not Boris Johnson?
And there are many critics of this government. Just to leave us with a final thought, Tig, could this be the final nail, perhaps, in the coffin of Boris Johnson's prime ministership?
Well, certainly many nails have been hit into it in recent weeks and months. I think many Conservative backbenchers, who are the real decision makers here, will be furious. They'll be concerned at the reaction from their voters. Today, the minister with the misfortune of representing the government in media interviews this morning, Ed Argar, said that he acknowledged that the public would be upset and angry at this. There are many MPs with knives out for Boris Johnson. Some of them won't be holding back. Many Conservative moderates who've been alienated in his time have certainly not held back. The former leader of the party in Scotland, Ruth Davidson, tweeting, "People are rightly furious. They sacrifice so much, visiting sick or grieving relatives, attending funerals. What were any of these people thinking?" Certainly Boris Johnson has not been given an easy time in opinion polls, and there are local elections on the horizon. And I think if he survives this latest debacle, we'll be watching to see how those local elections reflect the mood of the public and whether Boris Johnson is still the vote winner that he used to be.